Hi there, I'm Pastor Toot Whitley, and this is Conversion Therapy, a podcast where I help lost lambs back to the heterosexual pasture. As you may know from my Sunday services, I myself am a reformed homosexual. In fact, I was once in a polycule. It was me, two twinks named Owen, and a leather daddy who was uncut with a tattoo of Liza Minnelli from the second Sex and the City movie. Now the only polycule I'm in is with the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So if I can do it, so can you. And so can our guest for the day. Please open your hearts to lesbian Chelsea Morgan.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, Chelsea. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very blessed to have you here. Chelsea, just so I know where we're starting off here, how lesbian would you say you are?
Like on a Kinsey scale?
Well, I don't know what that is, a Kinsey scale. Can you explain that to me?
So, the Kinsey scale, like the 10 is like you're very, very gay. 1 is you're very, very straight. So you can kind of like, fall in any number.
That's great. So it's a number to gauge whether or not you'll be welcome into the kingdom of heaven is sort of what I'm understanding.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Okay. And where might you fall?
Historically, I'd say a 9, 9.58. But I'd love to get that number lower.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming here today to get that number down. Sort of religious Weight Watchers, if you will.
Yeah.
So it says here that you were born at Lesbian General Hospital. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so, sorry, this is just getting me choked up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to talk about. I understand that.
I can kind of like feel it coming out of me in a way, which is interesting. Lesbian hospital, yeah, so, being gay isn't really like a choice. And my parents were wanting to kind of like adopt like a new way of birthing a child and bringing a child.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I heard that the doctor used a carabiner to cut your umbilical cord.
Yeah, so that was like an interesting choice, and that kind of like really defined who I was in that first moment of breathing.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear at Lesbian General Hospital, it's sort of all the doctors holding hands, singing the Indigo Girls. And you came into this world to the dulcet tones of Birkenstock slapping on the floor.
Absolutely.
Do you think that might have influenced your homosexuality a little bit?
100%. They say that my umbilical cord was shaped like a rainbow. Wow. Yeah.
A beautiful arc.
Yeah.
And so some might even say that this is where you began your journey of homosexuality.
Yeah.
But that there's a long road to go to becoming normal.
Yes.
Yes, and that's perfect.
Thank you.
I do appreciate you sharing that with me. I was curious, what might you think will be the toughest obstacle for you on your journey to straightness?
I just think queer people are so beautiful, and I really love to have intercourse with queer people.
Gay sex is a big one for you.
It's huge. It might be the thing that I'm like, how do I defeat that?
Yeah, that was difficult for me as well.
Yeah, how did you kind of...
Well, it was tough. I had been sort of passed around the community as sort of a sexual...
Sorry, real quick. You've been passed around?
I was passed around the community. I was sort of used like a down-home country glory hole,
Oh, my God.
I was in and out. I was around. I was up and down. And for me, it was mostly a journey about coming to terms with, this feels like heaven on earth, but what about after earth? And hoping that ultimately in the long run, I might be able to find some salvation and some peace.
Yeah, because if you were at heaven on earth in the afterlife,
what's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
Right.
And that's really what I'm concerned about. That's really why I'm bringing you here today, and I'm so grateful that you're open to the process, because I want you to be able to, take the feeling of intercourse, gay intercourse, and know that
it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I hope you take from this, that what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
So one thing, and now that we're talking about this on your journey, I know we got a little dork, a little sad there for a minute, but now that we're headed towards the light, we're headed towards straightness, very exciting. What's the most exciting thing for you about being straight?
I want to walk into a room and I want cis men to look at me and know that they have a chance.
Yeah.
I think it's important to give cis men an opportunity to get to know me a little bit more on a deeper level. also, waiting in line. When I, as a queer person, former queer person, people let me cut in line.
Oh, yeah. That's a big problem within the straight community about the queer community. We don't really care about, like, y'all want a marriage or y'all wanting to be able to adopt children. Mostly we're upset about, like, hey, no cuts.
Right.
Hey, no cuts
No
in the
cuts.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's big. And I do actually think it's very charitable of you to give cis men a chance. They do not have enough in this world.
Yeah.
And they should have access to you.
Yeah. Yes. I think another thing I'm excited about is like the acronym LGBTQ. There's just a lot of letters, and I am just happy about like kind of throwing that away and not having to say which letter I am.
Absolutely, becoming sort of post acronym, post language,
right?
Moving
Because
forward.
there's no S in the acronym,
and that's true.
Yeah,
they should put more S's in the acronym. Put a couple.
That's what I'm saying.
LGBTQ SSSSS, sort of an equal rights situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's beautiful. That's very smart.
Thank you.
Okay, so to get an idea of how far you've strayed from God's light, we're going to do a couple exercises because we need to know where you're starting to get you where you're going.
Okay.
I'm going to start with one exercise. It's a finish this sentence exercise.
Okay.
So I'm going to say the first half, and you're going to say the second half of the
Okay.
sentence. So a top is...
someone who usually is on top and they penetrate the other person.
Okay.
Or they're...
Yeah, so I'm going to stop you right there. We're already kind of having an issue. A top is actually something my meemaw whittles from wood and gives to me during Lent.
Okay.
So, that I'm going to make a note of that.
Okay.
That's fine. We got
Yeah.
two more.
Okay.
Two more. A switch is...
Someone who goes back and forth between being a bottom and being a top.
Okay,
So
yeah. Now I'm seeing where we're headed. A switch is actually what the nun used to use on my behind when I got fresh in grade school. So, so we're going to go to the last one here. A bottom is...
a bottom. Another way of saying a bottom is like a pillow princess. You're kind of just like on your back and you're ready to receive.
Okay, yeah. A bottom is actually my position in the pyramid at the church picnic. So I'm getting a good sense of where we're going to start, but we're going to do one more exercise, all right? Okay. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
You're doing very well. We're going to play around to this or that. So I'm going to say two things, and you're just going to choose one, okay? So an ice cream social or gay sex?
Gay sex.
Okay, all right. First Eucharist, crisp from the package, or gay sex?
Gay sex.
Okay, yep. Eternal salvation in the eyes of the Lord and those who love you, or gay sex?
And there's
just two options.
And if I were to say cut the camera?
I mean, I would know. And he would know.
I'm going to have to go with my heart here. Mm-hmm. And say gay sex.
Okay, great. I do think that we have our work cut out for us, but luckily I've invited a friend and heterosexuality expert on the podcast today. Her name is Vanessica Thighgap. So we're going to take a short break and we're going to come right back and we're going to get started on this conversion. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I was coming from my son's football game. I have 6 sons and they're all on one team. Shark, Ghoul, Rock, Zin, Zach, and Punch. And they were all playing.
That's beautiful.
But it's so nice to meet you. What's your name, Ellen?
What's up?
Your name's Ellen?
Oh, no, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm the femininity coach, and I'm here to get you from gay to normal. So by the time you leave here, you're going to be really normal, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Okay, so I'm going to go through a series of exercises with you in order to sort of get you closer to where we're trying to get you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell me 3 things about yourself really fast?
I really like playing softball.
Okay.
I love to go to like queer community events.
Yuck. Sorry, I meant yuck. Okay, what's the third one?
I like to sing.
Okay, beautiful. You love to sing.
Yeah, I like
Sort of losing a bit of hair over here, but
Oh, are you okay?
yeah, I'm sick.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's
What are
okay.
you, like, sick with?
I'm just, I'm sick with being around, like, a gay person.
Oh.
And make my body go, I don't like that.
Yeah, your body's kind of reacting.
Yeah, my body reacting to that. But that's okay. Okay, so you love to sing. That's beautiful. A lady does sing. So that's great.
Great.
Okay, perfect. So we're I hear, that you've been struggling with sort of giving up gay sex.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing a lot of hair.
Oh, more
When
and
I
more.
said it, more
Yeah.
hair came out.
You have a little pile down there.
Yeah, I made a pile of my hair. But you know what's really sweet?
What?
When my hair falls out, I put in my husband's pillow.
Why is that?
So that he can always smell me when he's sleeping.
That's really romantic.
Thank you. I love my husband.
He sounds like a really great guy.
Thank you. You haven't heard a thing about him.
No, I haven't.
But you know that he's good, which is great because we're going to get you a husband. Okay, so we're going to start with some visualizations. Anything the mind can conceive, the heart can believe that you can achieve.
Okay, thank
And
you.
Jesus said that. Okay, so what I want you to do is just close your eyes. You can close your eyes. And I want you to picture an incredibly handsome man in front of you. Really handsome. Really sexy to you. A really sexy man. So do you have that man in your mind's eye? Okay, so do you mind describing him to me?
Yeah, so I'd say like tall.
Okay, love.
Sort of has like just really kind.
Keep them closed. Keep them closed and tell me. So sort of kind what?
Kindness, just sort of like an energy that is like warm and welcoming and like caretaking.
Okay,
Type of-
caretaking. And in what way would he
energy.
take care of you?
I think he would take care of me in a way that's like, helping me with like my makeup or
Okay. So I see sort of where we went wrong here. I see that you were sort of picturing what could be described as a gay man or perhaps a drag queen. That's sort of opposite to what we're trying to do here.
Okay.
Are you taking this seriously?
no, of course.
You want to be straight?
Yeah, I
Okay,
want to
so
be normal.
then close your eyes. This will help you on your journey from whatever the hell you are now to something much better.
Okay.
I just want you to picture a man who's like really handsome, who you maybe want to have children with. Okay, so do you have that man in your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really big muscles.
Yes.
Like almost like an arm that feels abnormal.
Yeah, like a lump.
Yeah, like one of those lumps. And then I think he's like smoking a pipe, from a pipe.
Okay, he's got a big long pipe.
Yeah, and he has like a tattoo of like a sailor or something like from the sea.
Okay. So the image I'm getting is sort of Popeye. Is that who
Yeah,
you're?
I think Popeye is extremely.
Okay, open your eyes.
I think Popeye is extremely sexy.
So that's a fictional man.
You didn't say. You just said picture a man.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. You're on a date with Popeye. I want to hear about your ideal date with Popeye.
He's like the lump, and he's like smoking the pipe, and he like lets me do whatever I want to him. And I'm sort of like I'm doming him a little bit,
Okay.
and he's just like wearing like sort of a dress.
Okay, so you're describing a muscular woman with a pipe.
I guess you could say I am.
Right. I think we should move on to affirmations.
Okay, yeah.
I think maybe that'll help you.
Okay.
That's okay. You're answering with your heart, and I appreciate that, but you are wrong, and you're going to hell. Okay?
Thank you, Miss Thighgap.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm just going to say some affirmations. I want you to repeat after me.
Okay. Can I close my eyes?
No, you can keep them open. I do not want to eat pussy.
I do not want to eat pussy.
Okay. I want to bedazzle reusable Starbucks cups and sell them on Etsy.
That one's a little tough for me. I want to bedazzle Starbucks cups, reusable, and sell them on Etsy.
Okay, perfect. I do not want to buy Dickies workwear pants.
I'm wearing Carhartt right now.
We'll deal with that next.
I don't want to buy Dickies workwear and wear them as pants.
Gorgeous. I want to go brunette to change things up.
I want to go brunette to change things up.
Mm-hmm. I do not want to wear natural deodorant.
Well, what would I wear?
Deodorant.
I do not want to wear natural deodorant.
I want to say awesome sauce. When my husband suggests no eye contact missionary. Say it.
I want to say awesome sauce when my husband suggests no eye contact missionary.
Okay, and do you have any other affirmations that you'd like to add? Either things you'd like to let go of your queer experience, or things you'd like to embrace about straightness?
I guess I would love to remove U-Haul from my vocabulary.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you.
I think removing U-Haul from your vocabulary is a great one. You know, U-Hauls are only supposed to be for moving into a McMansion with your husband and 2.5 kids.
Yeah. I think the term carpet muncher is, like, pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I used to, like, identify with that.
Mm-hmm. You would identify as a carpet muncher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem kind of, I don't know, disgusted by that.
Yeah, I'm repulsed by that.
Okay.
The only carpet I'm munching is when I'm pregnant with my 14th child and I have pica. I'm getting sort of for a little taste of rock or chalk or clay. Or when I've been on a diet for a really long time and I sort of need something to take the edge off.
Yeah.
I'll pick up my pink Turkish ruggable, sort of suck on one of the corners. That's the only rug munching I'm doing.
Okay, I'll consider that.
Yeah. Just an alternative, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a gay diet. You can go from eating pussy to sort of licking a carpet that your children and dog walk on.
That is washable.
And, you know, you can put it right in the washing machine after.
And you can get 15% off of your first order.
Ruggable. They would absolutely love to sponsor this podcast. There's nothing problematic about it at all. Great. Okay, well, those were some really good affirmations.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to ask me? You know, I am a femininity coach, and part of becoming a woman in the Lord's eyes and becoming straight is to be a gorgeous and perfect woman.
Yeah, I think it's tough for me to kind of, like, show my femininity. Mm-hmm. Like, if I were to wear, like, a low-cut shirt, I think that would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay. So something about wearing low-cut shirts is that you want the shirt to be maybe a centimeter or 1.5 centimeters from showing your nipple at any time. Okay. And the point of that is to entice males to mate. And it's the only reason why you would show cleavage.
Okay.
So embracing your femininity does mean sort of a nipple-forward practice when it comes to building your wardrobe.
Okay.
I think you look really beautiful in like a really deep V, a plunging V.
Okay.
Or maybe sort of like a halter, but you wear it backwards, so it ties around the back of your neck and your boobs are just sort of out in the front.
Okay.
I think
so
that would
not
look
like a okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What kind of stores do you shop at normally?
Wild Fang. I'll go to the thrift store. Crossroads.
I'm gonna be bald by the end of this.
Oh, 'cause the hair.
Yeah.
What stores would you recommend?
Lane Bryant. And I love to shop at American Eagle, especially since the Cindy Sweetie commercial, which I love her. Love it.
Yeah, that one was hard for me to kind of wrap my head around.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was sort of romantic the way that she referenced eugenics.
You liked that?
That was really cool to me.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have any questions that you have for me before, you know.
Yeah, I guess like one thing is like shaving my legs. Like, is that something I'm going to have to start doing?
Yeah. So unfortunately, when you decide to become straight, everything about you is actually disgusting. It needs to be dealt with.
Got it.
So we're going to do sort of like a tip to taint wax. We're going to dip you in something really hot and it's going to hurt.
And what if I have my nipple pierced?
That is actually fine.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's only for your husband. I know some other femininity coaches might not agree, but I do think that you can have a nipple piercing.
Okay.
As long as it's only seen by
Your husband.
Your husband, yeah.
I guess the last question I would like to know is like, you know, with queer sex, you pretty much come like climax.
What's that?
Have an orgasm.
What's that? Well, I experience pleasure while having sex with my husband, thinking about the dinner that I'm going to make for him after. I think, ooh, it's going to be so fun to boil potatoes and put some unsalted butter on them. And that's sort of how I experience pleasure.
Okay, so I'll just find kind of like...
Yeah, just sort of a potato-based pleasure.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, yeah, please.
I, you know, have an entire drawer of like strap-ons and vibrators and like sex stuff.
Yeah.
What would you recommend? Because I don't want to like throw that away. Do I recycle it? Like what?
So I've never had to deal with like gross, disgusting, like the things like that.
Yeah.
But whenever I have to get rid of something, what I'll do is take it out back and get my husband's gun and just sort of use it as target practice.
Okay.
And I've done that with, you know, an old dining room table that I was getting rid of. I did it with my Ninja Creamy when it stopped working.
Right.
So I could make my low-calorie, high-protein strawberry. So you sort of took it in the back and shot it up with a gun.
Okay.
And so what I would suggest is seeing if you can go to like a range, like a shooting range, and hanging them up like sort of like a disgusting lesbian chandelier.
Yeah.
And just shooting them. And maybe keeping in your mind's eye like...
all the X's I used them with.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
In a way to sort of rid them from your system, you know?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It was so nice to meet you.
It was really nice to meet you. I do have to go. I have a Barry's boot camp workout class, and if you do the best in it, they let you look at a picture of a cookie. So I have to really go and do that now.
Yeah, by all means.
It's 6 months later, and we're back with our guest, Chelsea Morgan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just captivated by this book I just picked up.
Oh, yeah. Obedience to Authority.
Yeah.
What have you learned so far from the book?
I learned that you have to obey your authority.
So you've gotten the core of the book. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, Chelsea, you look so much lighter and brighter now that you're here.
Thank you.
Some people even change their names in their straightness journey. Is there a different name that you go by now?
Yeah, I go by Jen now.
Jen.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very beautiful. And, you know, your haircut's looking very lovely.
Thank you so much. The moment I left our last session, I went straight to the salon and I said, give me the Rachel. And they did. And so I feel lighter, brighter, happier, smoother.
Wow. So you're on a very friends-adjacent straight journey.
Yeah, I
That's
guess you'd
pretty
say
beautiful. So speaking of which, what's new with you? You know, have you moved apartments? Have you met anyone special?
Yeah, I recently got a job at the mall. It's called Season's Greetings.
Oh, wow.
And I am selling scented candles, scented aromas. I'm selling choker scents that you can wear around your neck.
Wow.
And it's all like, you know, pumpkin spice, very fall oriented. It's very seasons greeting. Like you walk in there and you go, is it Christmas morning? I can't wait for this to happen.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And, you know, for our audience listening at home, Jen is now wearing a sort of turtleneck sweater with another sweater on top. It's a cardigan on top of that, 2-sweater combo.
And I know it is 84 degrees outside, but I just love fall.
Yeah, you're very cozy. I actually noticed when you walked in, you kind of smelled like pumpkin spice, kind of, you know, a mix of nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon. Is that one of your choker products?
Absolutely. I started injecting myself with potpourri.
Oh.
I mashed it, and what I do is I take an oil-based blend and I mix it up and I make it so that it's pure liquid. And then I take a syringe and I will inject myself with the stuff, with the potpourri.
With the stuff.
Yeah, with the potpourri. And so it not only do I have to wear the choker at all times, I can kind of just illuminate a scent of fall and season's greetings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Sort of heating potpourri over a spoon and sucking it up with a syringe and then putting it in your arm.
Yeah.
Really
And I'll put it in my butt sometimes too, because that is just
Like inject it in your butt, or
Yes.
just sort of put it in the hole and squeeze
inject it.
Wow. So top to bottom, T to B, smelling like pumpkin spice potpourri.
Yeah,
And that
so
did rhyme
that's-
unintentionally.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so, this straight journey seems to have been doing you really well. You smell incredible. You look incredible. You got a new job. That's
Yes.
pretty incredible. How have the sales been going at that job? How have, at Season's Greetings, do you find that, what type of clientele comes in?
A lot of elderly women, women in their 90s are coming in.
Wow, they're very old.
They're very old.
I guess when you're that old, it's nice to mark the passing of the seasons in a store like
Absolutely.
Season's Greetings.
Yeah, and I think age is timeless.
I think that is a beautiful sentiment. Okay, so lots of old people coming in, and what would you say is your racket? Do you have a certain season that you're really good at selling? Because obviously a store like yours does Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Easter. Do you feel like you have one holiday that you're really good?
Yeah, I'd say Christmas is like, it's, oh my gosh.
Oh, you got sort of a look in your eye.
Yeah, it gets me really aggressive, so I do have to kind of check myself. It gets me aggressive in a way that I get so excited. It's Jesus Christ's birthday.
Jesus Christ's birthday. It is on the 25th.
On the 25th of December, it is Jesus Christ's birthday. And that is the one time of year that I'm going, holy moly. I cannot wait to wake up, celebrate him, him, and really get down to the core moment of what this day represents.
Absolutely.
Presents, decor. Mm-hmm. So I'm really good at...
End of list.
And the what?
End of list.
End of
Presents,
list.
decor.
End of list.
Wow. That's gorgeous. I know something I love to put in my home is sort of like a little engraved wood sign around the holidays.
Yeah.
Do you have any signs that you sell in your store for Christmas sort of to put up?
Yeah. Keep bright and keep shining.
Keep bright, keep shining.
It has like a little critter on the bottom.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cute. I love a little critter. That's really beautiful.
I love a little critter.
That's crazy.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow, and do you, for around Christmas, do you have sort of scents that you inject around then that are a little different?
Yeah, I have one that I kind of blended on my own. It's sort of a wood tabernacle. It's supposed to illuminate the scent of Jesus' cross, the one that he died on.
Oh, so you smell sort of like when Jesus was dying on the cross during Christmas.
Absolutely.
That's a really beautiful way to sort of beginning and end of his life, track that through scent. And you're still injecting that in the ass?
And that one's going straight into the hole.
Okay, that's really beautiful. That's a good way to celebrate. Okay, so clearly you're very busy on the work front. Now I have to ask, is there anyone special in your life? You just got so shy.
If you're watching right now, Gregory, turn it off.
Oh, you don't want him to know?
Well, I met someone on ChristianMingledFish.com.
ChristianMingleFish.com. Wow, we've had a lot of clients that have had much success there.
Yeah. ChristianMingledTuna.com.
So it's a specific fish. Christian Mingle Tuna. So how is that different from ChristianMingle.com?
It's actually people who used to eat pussy. It's sort of kind of like all about your practice in a way.
Okay.
So it's former
Pussy
eaters. And so, Gregory, although he's never eaten pussy, he has fornicated with a penis.
Oh, okay. So Gregory has undergone conversion therapy. He's looking to lead a straight life. And be holy in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, so it's sort of a dating website that matches former
Homosexual
demons from hell to lead a holy life together. That's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so What's a typical night in with you and Gregory look
Oh my
like?
gosh. We order, pizza, and we're sitting on the couch and we're watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and we are just like gabbing. We are talking about our days and just like kind of getting really into it and like gossiping, and then just like really just talking about whoever and whatever. It's like so much fun. And then we just kind of we're laughing so much. We're like drinking wine, grape juice.
You can have wine.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, he's going to be so happy to hear that. Mm-hmm. And then we honestly just fall asleep. We like put our face masks on, and we're just like really just kind of, it feels like a girls' night. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
what you're describing kind of sounds like a girls' night. I'm glad that you and Gregory clearly have a strong connection. You very much enjoy each other's company. But if you don't mind me asking, I don't ask this to be crass. I ask this to help make sure that you're on the right path in your journey towards reaching the kingdom of heaven. What are your sexual relations like?
Oh, I haven't really thought about that. We will kiss, and we will like kiss really hard sometimes.
You kiss hard, like you're pressing your heads together really hard?
Yeah, because we want to create that intimacy, and we're holding hands and hugging and just sort of like cuddling.
Okay. So there's physical connection there.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Okay, well, what's one sexual position that you and Gregory really love?
And is it okay to say on the...
Absolutely. People know not to listen to this in the car when they're driving their kids.
Okay.
So that's okay. This is all adults here.
Okay. Yeah, I've pegged him a few times.
Okay, maybe actually that we shouldn't say. I thought you were going to say something different.
What did you think I was going to say?
That, I don't know, missionary or even some sort of oral fornication, but you're saying that you're pegging Gregory?
Yeah. Because we're just using practices like what we're used to. So the idea is kind of just like we do that to transition into, a more traditional, regular, normal way of having sex.
So do you mean like you transition from pegging into missionary, or you transition from pegging into strapping him?
We're transitioning into pegging him and into missionary. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, so the idea is sort of long term, you're aiming for missionary.
Yeah.
Okay, I can appreciate you need to take baby steps. Well, that's beautiful. What would you say is one of the most romantic moments you've shared with Gregory so far? Maybe a romantic date?
Yeah.
Or some sort of romantic gesture?
He took me out to, this is such a funny story. He took me out to WeHo one night, West Hollywood, and we just got...
That's where hell is. Just so you know, that's where hell is. But continue.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Okay. And you know what? That's right.
Thank you. That we just started taking down all the rainbow flags.
Wow. I'm almost moved to tears. I can't believe I questioned you for a minute.
Thank you. It's okay.
What did you do with all the rainbow flags you took down?
Well, we stored them up, and I started cutting them up and into tiny pieces, and I bought a massive blender, and I put them in the blender, and I used an used an oil-based blend and sort of just blended it up, and then we put it in the syringe, and I injected it into my ass.
Okay, so we took a couple turns there, and at first I thought, you're taking them down, good. You're storing them, why?
Right,
you're cutting them up, good. Bought a big blender, could be seen as gay. Vitamix, homosexual
okay, I didn't think about
invention. Blended them up, good. Boiled them down and injected them. So that to me feels like inviting more queerness into your life.
It was more just like a way to kind of fight back the urge, because I'm a fighter.
Yeah, I could tell.
You're
really gripping onto your pants really tight.
I'm a fighter.
You're ripping that raw denim almost.
Yeah. So I want almost the urge to be inside of me, and I'm like going, no.
So that was powerful.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Just adjust your Rachel a little. Just pull your Rachel down a little. Okay, so you're injecting pride flags from WeHo into your ass. Okay, so we're sort of we're sort of hemming and hawing in our journey to straightness, but you've really got the visuals down. You look very straight.
Thank you.
Which is, I think, incredibly important. You know, we gotta dress for the job we want, as they say. You know, dress for the eternal life in heaven that we want.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you got a new job, you got a new partner. Is there anything else in your straight life that you've really been enjoying? Any interests or activities that have been taking up a lot of your time? Some straight interests and activities?
Can you help me out with some straight activities?
So you're whispering that you want me to help you out with some straight activities. I don't know, maybe like a co-ed dodgeball league, maybe like axe throwing.
I am in a dodgeball league, but it's not co-ed.
No. Okay. Well, are you on a team with all straight women? Like, is it a church team? We have an in-house church team here at the church St. Paul's that I practice at. We have a in-house dodgeball team, the Holy Rollers, and the Heavenly Dodgers.
Can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
Heavenly Dodgers, that feels more like you're dodging heaven. And so I'd like to ask you, are you dodging heaven a little bit?
I mean, I've committed myself to the cloth, so myself, no. Heavenly Dodgers is sort of supposed to be a play on Heavenly Father, but I totally understand what you're saying, and you know what? Maybe we could reconvene and have a vote on changing that name.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that just threw me. Because I thought maybe if you're struggling, then that kind of brings you down to more of like a human level, and maybe I can connect with you more.
Totally. And, you know, I would say being on a dodgeball team called Heavenly Dodgers is arguably far worse than cutting up a pride flag, reducing it to a liquid, and shooting it into your ass with your formerly gay boyfriend that you watch RuPaul's Drag Race with. So I'm really glad that you called me out on that.
Thank you.
That's a really important thing to remember.
Yeah, I just think it's nice to, you know, I'm sitting here and you're saying this and that, and then I should have the opportunity to be like, hey.
Absolutely. You know what? Go ahead. I think that's a very good thing you just suggested, because we all need to be held to the light of Christ. It's not just you. It's not just anybody who comes through these doors. 100% success rate on the conversion therapy, by the way.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you so much. It's my life's work, I think. Yes, so go right ahead. Ask me anything you want to ask.
Yeah, so you were married before.
Mm-hmm. I was married.
To a man.
I was.
A cis man.
Yeah, I was married to another cis man, Pitoir. He's from France.
Okay.
We met on a gay men's cruise, in which you got 50% off your ticket if you were able to stamp your balls into sort of like, if you went around, everyone had a autograph book, sort of like you might bring to Disneyland as a kid. If you got 10 ball stamps into your autograph book, your ticket was free. And I'll tell you, I never paid for a ticket on that cruise. I went many times. And I actually met Pitoir at the bar. We were both drinking anal sex on the beach, which is, you know, the classic cocktail, sex on the beach, but they put a little chocolate syrup in it. And, you know, we ended up sharing one with 2 straws.
Oh my God, that is, romantic.
It was at the time, you know. And we were married for 16 and a half years.
Oh my God.
And I spent some of the most wonderful years of my life with him. But what I ultimately realized is the joy that I feel, the genuine joy that I feel being held by another man, the warmth of a man's chest on my chest when we're simply embracing.
Yeah.
The love I see in his eyes looking back at mine. That actually there's a book from a really long time ago that says I shouldn't do that. And the book sort of won out.
Yeah, because to listen to a book from, you know, thousands or however long years ago.
Yeah, however long.
However long years ago, it's almost like it's important and it's relevant now. And even though times have changed and we're all human, and it's sort of the slogan, "It's okay to be gay," that's not okay.
No. In fact, my slogan is, it's not okay to be gay. And that's what I realized from that book. And
so
you know,
you divorced?
Oh yeah, we're legally divorced. And of course we were never truly married in the eyes of the Lord.
Right.
So, and I believe now he lives off the coast of St. John's in Canada with his new husband, a sweet young fellow who's a fisherman named Andrew. And they're quite happy together, but we don't stay in touch. It would just be too hard.
Yeah. So are you happier now?
I would have to say I am, because every time I sit down and read the good book, I think, I did what you said. I did what you said, Lord, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, I did what you said.
Yeah.
And I know that by withholding myself from the pleasures of existing as who you are inherently is sort of that asceticism, that practice of rigorous self-discipline
Yeah.
that helps you race through the kingdom of heaven's gates.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course, I think it's important to share my journey from time to time because it hasn't been an easy one.
Right.
I often share examples of my sort of a lascivious and sinful life that I experienced many years ago. And, as an older cis male gay gentleman, formally gay gentleman, it's important that I share my experiences with you.
Right.
What about you? When you come across a woman who in your previous homosexual and sinful life you would have been attracted to, what do you do? What is your practice in calming yourself and moving yourself away from that line of thinking?
Well, I get pretty violent.
Yeah, I could tell you're gripping on your jeans again.
I get pretty violent, and I actually got arrested.
Wow, you got arrested. So what sort of crime did you commit to be arrested?
I punched a hole in the wall.
Okay.
There was this coffee shop I go to, and this barista was extremely attractive, and I would have loved to have taken them out and, really just show them a wonderful time in my former life. They had beautiful, everything about them, like their energy, their vibe. I would have loved to have gone downstairs, because I live in a duplex, gone downstairs.
Okay, I thought we were dipping into something sexual there for a minute, but just more geographical going down.
Yeah,
okay, I can respect that. Okay, I understand the clarification.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I would have gone downstairs and got my backpack and said, hey, let's go to the park.
Oh, backpack. Now we're back to gay.
Yeah.
You would have said, hey, let's go to the park.
Let's
Okay,
go to
so
the
that's something you would have done.
Yeah. But I've learned that, I can't be going to a coffee shop and getting an iced latte because that's inherently gay. Mm-hmm. So I fought the urge. I never went in. I was outside the building and I punched a hole in the wall.
Oh, like the brick wall. So we're not talking about drywall. We're talking about a brick wall. You punched a hole right through. And then the police came and arrested you because of that?
The police came and arrested me because I have a couple DUIs.
So are the DUIs from when you were straight or when you were gay?
Oh, from when I turned straight. Yeah.
So you've only been straight for 6 months, and you said DUIs, so there's multiple.
Yeah, I got a couple in that span. I think just the emotions of dealing with, not dealing with my true self of being straight. I started heavily drinking.
So dealing with your true self, you started drinking heavily. That's funny because I know earlier you were saying you're only drinking grape juice, and I told you could drink wine. So do you have something to tell me?
Yeah, I'm drunk right now.
I was wondering the way you parked outside, sort of across the street, just your car in the middle of the street, little shrug.
Sorry, I get shy sometimes too.
Okay, so you're drunk and you're shy. The DUIs, those are pretty troubling. And then were you drunk when you punched the wall?
Yes.
Okay. And the police picked you up, I imagine, when they threw you in the drunk tank to sober up, wait for Gregory to come and pay your bail. You were stinking up that jail cell to high heaven with a mix of, pumpkin spice and pride flags.
Absolutely.
You do seem to be doing well despite, the bubbling, roiling rage inside of you, the severe drinking problem, and of course the pegging. We shouldn't forget the pegging.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're really trying hard. Now, you're only 6 months into your straight journey. 5, 10 years from now, are there straight goals that you're hoping for? What do you want to achieve?
I want to get a pair of Skechers shape-ups. I want to walk from one end to the other end of the state.
Oh. Wow. Okay, so your goal in 5 to 10 years on your straight journey is to get a pair of Skechers shape-ups and walk across the state.
Yeah.
Do you have any sketches that you think people should look at or should definitely avoid?
Oh, yes. Okay, I think you should definitely avoid the TikTok account at Duty Cream. It's Duty with the T.
Duty Cream.
Duty. A lot of sinful behavior, gay awareness, paraphernalia content.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. I'll be sure to avoid that.
Yeah, avoid that.
Thank you so much for coming on Conversion Therapy, and may you have a blessed and holy day.
Thank you so much.